All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more complexity casting action. I'm your casting host, Beef, and joining me today is Peter, aka Franzzii of the Complexity HoN team. Peter, how you doing?
Good, good.
Awesome. I'm glad to have you here because we have a very, very exciting day in store. We actually have the first round of the Sound Blaster Heroes League qualifier number 1. So an incredible tournament that Sound Blaster has made possible in coordination with Heroes of Newerth and Newegg. Going to be doing 8 qualifiers, then going into a $40,000 tournament that's going to be happening at the beginning of next year. So today we do have part of the first qualifier going on, and of course coLcast will be providing coverage all throughout this week, so make sure to tune in. But today we have Domain of Pain, a very familiar name to some of you, going up against UniBear. So in the first rounds of this, of course, we are going to have some unknown teams, but excited to be casting this game. And of course, it is a best of 1, so lots of stuff could come out. But we're already well on into this stage. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the bands here and getting into the lock phase, Peter?
Oh man, well with these unknown teams, we usually see some very uncharacteristic things. Bryce actually locked Geomancer, and then Legion side locked Chronos. So hopefully we'll see some interesting drafts.
Yeah, Legion side locking Chronos. We did see a Chronos this past weekend. Stay Green. Was he running that? Were they running that against you, or was that against Trademark?
I don't think it was against us, but I've definitely seen some top tier teams run Chronos before, and he does seem viable in some situations.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if we do see that Chronos. I do remember Keizu did go with the Helm of the Black Legion, actually, when he did pick that up. So we'll see.
Oh, I remember that game now. Yeah, he was really far behind though. That's
Yeah.
why that might be some of the reason why he went Helm instead of like maybe a Battle Fury or something else.
Yeah, and I do believe that Stay Green did end up losing that game. Chronos wasn't quite able to carry, but we'll see in this matchup versus Domain of Pain. If UniBear. I keep wanting to call him Unibrow. I'm going to make that mistake multiple times during that cast, guys, so bear with me for sure. But we'll see if they do run the Chronos. Now, getting into the bans real quick here, we do, of course, have Polywog Priest, Pebbles, Magnus, and Glacius being banned. A couple bans left, but already right there. Polywog Priest, Pebbles, Magnus, 3 heroes that you typically get a portal key on and really get those initiating capabilities on, and not going to be getting in there.
Yeah, I don't really know what that means. The Glacius ban kind of throws me off a bit because Bryce, aka Emperor, locked Ophelia, which seems maybe like possibly the first pick hero, but Wild Soul could also be a first pick as well. So maybe he thinks that Legion side will take the Wild Soul, and then he could take like Ophelia, and then not have the Glacius to worry about.
Yeah, of course, the lock picking phase does give you a lot of ways to kind of screw yourself over almost by picking incorrectly and being forced with a hero that you don't want. You did just make a blog post actually about the lock picking phase and some of the shortcomings that you feel of this phase. Where can people check that out?
Well, everything's on complexitygaming.com, but I don't really see that being. I think it's only what I was talking about was only present in like top tier games because both teams know what works and know what doesn't work. So I don't really think we'll see that in these beginning rounds.
All right, yeah, I mean, of course, Domain of Pain is favored here, but being best of 1, I mean, it's very possible that we could see some kind of a super cheesy strategy come out of Unibrow or UniBear. You know what? Their team name is Unibrow now. It's done. It's done.
What?
But we'll see if there's something that Domain of Pain can't deal with, and they could take a fall very early on in this qualifier. But already getting into some picks here.
Yeah, Legion side first pick Engineer, and then Hellborn Responder with Andro and Master of Arms, which is very interesting because I see Tundra still on the board, I see Bubble still on the board, as well as Aluna and Parasite. So be surprised if one of those heroes doesn't get picked up here. And there goes Aluna.
Luna, just like you were talking about, a lot of support type heroes coming out here in the beginning, and I guess that makes some sense. There's no real strong supports. There's Plague Rider inside of the lock pool, but coming out with 4, maybe even 5 heroes that can play some support, but also some very versatile heroes. Aluna and Torture, as well as Master of Arms. They can play that support role or the semi-carry role, but along with that, Aluna, UniBear does choose to pick up Torturer. And of course, looks like he might be played.
Oh no.
What are you
Legion
saying
about? Legion side's so squishy, and Deadwood's gonna like one-shot any of them.
Marie Callender's
Unless Kronos rewinds at all. But I really think they should have first picked Ophelia there. But instead they went with Plague Rider, so we'll see how it works.
Yeah, the Plague Rider, of course, the extremely strong suicide hero, providing that extinguish ability that's able to give him great lane control. But like you said, the Ophelia hero, she's able to just sit in that jungle, get great farm, provide awesome ganks, and pushing potential. She's really a jack of all trades when it comes to that. And we're getting into this game now, so let's go over the Legion lineup. We do, of course, have Zalba, the captain of the team. He's going to be playing Kronos. Zip Scorpion, he's going to be on the Plague Rider. T Javs, he's going to be on the Engineer doing his support thing. Going to be supported by Calcidar. He's going to be on the Aluna. And, of course, rounding it out, Karstein on Torturer. So what do you think about the Legion team overall? What are the strengths there?
They do. It looks like they're gonna have a pretty good laning phase as long as they don't get ganked too hard by Ophelia. They have really strong dual lanes compared to Hellborn, where they don't really have the strongest of dual lanes or the strongest of laning heroes. But I think it's really up to Bryce on Ophelia here to make some plays and help his team get through the early game.
Yeah, I could certainly agree with you there. And Bryce, of course, is going to be on that Ophelia. Now, we always talk about certain players playing Ophelia very well. Minuts, Z-Freak, and of course Chessie from your own team, Complexity HoN. How does Bryce's Ophelia stack up? I haven't seen him play this hero too often.
I think he's really just trying to get more acquainted with the hero because the hero is so strong. I don't think he has that much experience playing it. He's very good at Parasite, who's kind of a similar hero, so maybe he'll have that to work on. But maybe he's just using this match to get a little bit more acquainted with the hero, because he does need to practice it, because every team needs a player that can play Ophelia at the top level.
Well, that's very, very true, as many players consider her to be one of the best, if not the best, junglers. And like I said, the jack of all trades role, the versatility that she does provide. What's going on here with all these rolls? Were they rolling for sides?
I think they were rolling, and if someone rolled a 17, Heimer would kill himself.
Oh. All right. Well, the Hellborn team, it is, of course, finished up as they're starting to make their way into lanes. Rexcar Vroom, a.k.a. Angry Testy, heading to the short lane right now with Wild Soul. The Bear will most likely make his way toward the bottom lane to do a little bit of pulling, but actually not going to be just yet. Looks like they're going to be running an aggressive pseudo tri-lane down there for the Hellborn team.
That might actually work with the... I guess Andromeda's the carry hero in the lane, which is very different. A lot of times you see Andro and Ophelia roaming together through the jungle, but I think Andro's going to be the one in lane farming while Master of Arms roams with Ophelia. But Plague Rider in the short lane is going to have a lot of problems against this. Oh wait, here we go. Nope.
Plague barely fogging, but he might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get out of position. In comes the Comet stun from Andromeda. Auto attacks the charge shot as well. Looks like Jeppins is going to try to get the body block, and he will. Last auto attacks, and down goes Zip Scorpion. Bloodlust for the Domain of Pain team. Great job lining up their stuns there, and a huge body block from Andromeda to bring home that kill.
Yeah, just got caught out of position there. Didn't expect the 3 heroes from Hellborn to be there, and unfortunately goes down.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for that Plague Rider in the bottom lane, already having to deal with that aggressive pseudo tri-lane, and he's going to be vulnerable. He's a hero that doesn't have an escape mechanism. His really strong capabilities as a solo is just getting good lane control with that extinguish ability, but with the amount of stuns that they're going to be having in the Hellborn team long lane, I think Plague Rider, that might have been the first of many for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a rough time. Ophelia's just going to take the creep and then dive the tower, and he would be doomed.
Yeah, we'll see if Zip Scorpion is able to actually survive down there and get some levels. Of course, there is a strong possibility that there will be a lot of roaming, as we already do see the Domain of Pain team making their way with 2 middle. Deadwood there being played by Heimer, a.k.a. Cheese Helmet. And they're going to try to get something done, possibly onto Engineer. The charge shot comes out. The log is trying to beat into him. Ophelia using that Vagabond leader to provide a little bit of additional damage, but not enough lockdown to get a second kill there in that middle lane.
It's a really good cake stun by the Engineer there. That not only stunned his opponents, but also pushed him back towards his tower and helped him escape.
Yeah, a great job by TJ Avs. Couldn't read his name there for a second.
No, that's good. TJ Avs.
TJ Avs.
It's like DJ. It's like DJ.
There you go.
It's DJ.
Speaking of DJ, big shout out to DJ. I was up in the middle of the night last night, wanted to play some HoN, and the servers were down, and DJ was on it within like 30 seconds of me noticing that they were down. So huge shout out to DJ of the S2 staff, of course. Down a little bit more this morning. Nice chain reaction stun in the middle lane. The keg does miss, though. The Rotten Grasp goes out, and that misses as well. Not quite able to line anything up, but in the bottom lane, Domain of Pain will find success as Jeppins brings home a second kill onto Plague Rider. Zip Scorpion, he's having a tough time.
Yeah, they sent both the wards top without thinking about where Ophelia would be. So Ophelia has free roam in the jungle down here, and Legion has no idea where he is. So just gotta be really careful, stay on his tower, and just keep denying and hope for the best.
Yeah, he's gonna try to use that Extinguish ability, which he's level 3 now, so still with level 2 Extinguish, not choosing to level that up right away. Now, top lane, we haven't really touched on that at all. Angry Testy up there on Boo Boo, and he's going up against Kronos Aluna. How do you think that Wild Soul should stack up in this lane?
I actually think it's pretty rough for Wild Soul. I think he's a lot stronger in the long lane because he can get the lane control. But right here, I think once Kronos and Aluna have a couple levels before Wild Soul 6, Wild Soul will be a pretty easy kill.
Okay, yeah. Once the Kronos hits 6, of course, that Chrono Field getting the lockdown, provide the time that they need to get the kill. A third kill comes out, though this time in the middle lane. Domain of Pain able to bring down Karstein on that Torturer. It was a nice job from Deadwood, Master of Arms, and Ophelia teaming up to get that kill, caught the very tail end of it. But Domain of Pain, of course, as to be expected, they're taking the lead here in the beginning. And guys, I know that this isn't necessarily the most competitive of matchups, but here in the early rounds, of course, there are a lot of unknown teams. So we're just trying to find some friendly names and get some coverage for you guys. Of course, later on in the week, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, of course, another doubleheader. On Thursday, there will be a lot more competitive teams as we start getting into the quarterfinals, semifinals of this qualifier.
Yeah, speaking of friendly names, I really like Yellow's name, Zip Scorpion. It owns.
Zip Scorpion. I wonder what the deal behind that is.
It's probably my favorite name in this game. Maybe, I don't know, Cheese Helmet is a close second. But
Heimer's name is very... Why do people call him Heimer? His name is Cheese Helmet.
He has another account name, the Timer. Okay. That I think maybe he went by that when he played Dota 1. I'm not really sure though. Maybe it was Cheese Helmet. All
right, guys, I do want to point out while we're paused real quick that we do actually have a piece of hardware given to us by Sound Blaster, one of the sponsors of the Sound Blaster Heroes League. We're going to be giving out a Rage wireless headset today at the end of the cast, so be sure to stick around throughout the entire cast today to get your chance at maybe winning that. But Fitzky, after the pause, gets up there on Master of Arms, and he's going to provide the support to Wild Soul so that he can hopefully do a little bit better in this lane. But Chesty doing all right. Actually, more roaming coming out of the Legion team this time. They're going to try to go on to Master of Arms. The turret not quite doing work. Aluna going to get return killed here, but Master of Arms is going to fall as it looks like they will be putting themselves on the scoreboard. UniBear, that is. But 2 kills in return for Domain of Pain as they were able to take down Plague Rider for the 3rd time in the bottom lane.
Yeah, they just keep diving. Plague can't do anything. Needs some help down here, or needs to go to a different lane. It's just going to keep dying.
Yeah, he does need a little bit of help. Testy in some trouble, though, as a couple more auto attacks, and he will fall. Tried to dive deep onto Kronos. The root almost killed Kronos there at the end. But getting a kill onto that Wild Soul, that's very nice for them.
Yeah, they need something, and that's definitely going to help that Kronos hopefully catch up with this Carry Andromeda, I think. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Carry Andromeda being played by Jeppins. She does, of course, already have those phase boots, and 390 gold per minute, 2-0 and 1, and of course, getting the CS in that bottom lane as Master of Arms went off to roam. So, Carry Andromeda, it looks like, being played by Jeppins.
Yeah, when I've played like Andromeda solo role in like pubs before. Usually I go like big team fight items like Astrolabe, Barrier, Energizer. So I'm not sure if
another dive coming in here in the bottom lane. Sorry to interrupt you. Charge shot goes out after the comment's done. The Fork Lightning as well. Ophelia's going to get in there. She's going to use that Ophelia's Judgment. Try to get the last hit, but Fitzky grabs that one.
Needs to get out of that bottom lane. But as I was saying, I'm curious to see what items he'll go. Maybe he'll go like more like a carry style, with, like geometers, maybe assassin shroud or something.
Middle
Or if
lane.
we'll go for the-
Oh! Heimer gets the return kill in the middle lane. Did you catch that?
I caught the very end of it. Looks like he hit him with a grasp in tower range.
Yeah, Torturer was diving deep. Deadwood was very low on HP and caught him with the grasp in tower range, and the tower didn't change targets. Man, oh man, a great job there to get the kill on her. They're going to get another one on Engineer, like you said. A couple more auto attacks, and he will go down. Oh no, one more! And Fitzky does have to back off, doesn't want to take another attack from the tower for fear of his own death. And Cheese Helmet was not able to get in there to throw the log at him either.
Minor totems for the win right there.
Yeah, he was down to probably less than 10 HP. It's minor totem range again. Bottom lane, speaking of again, the Swamp comes in onto Zip, Scorpion, the Aurora, the Comet, the Minotaur stun, and the auto attacks to finish him off. Jeppin's the serial killer now in this bottom lane. Up to 441 gold per minute. This might be the best farming Andromeda that I've ever seen.
Plague Rider's hating life right now. 050.
Yeah.
I think he just really wants his level 6.
UniBear setting up something in the middle lane. Hasted Engineer comes in, uses the turret after the agonizing Bonds chain reaction, and down goes Cheese Helmet, taking his first death of the game, dumping him back down to 16 gold per minute. Deadwood's struggling in the middle lane.
Yeah, well, they just lost their rune vision there and didn't see Engineer coming with the haste, but Fitzky's going to put a ward down now in the top river, which actually right on top of Legion's ward, so maybe they saw it, maybe they didn't.
If you were in this game, would that be counter-warded by now? Like 10 seconds later?
Not by now, not now. I got Engineers in base right now.
You got to sell yourself
for a
up.
counter ward.
You got to sell yourself up. Just be like, I don't even need an eye. I just have natural ward vision.
I'm usually pretty good about catching stuff like that. But
yeah, you are. I've cast a lot of your games, and I wish I could support as well as you do. Luna in the jungle trying to put a little bit of harassment onto the Wild Soul, but she's going to get turned around on. Has to use the Emerald Lightning to keep Boo Boo off of her. Doesn't want to get rooted out of position as more action going on. Middle Torture taking some auto attacks. The Fork Lightning misses, but the Aurora grabs the kill. Jeppins up to 4-0-2. A Comet stun onto Engineer. Is they're going to try to finish him off? Jeppins goes for the last hit, but no. Deadwood grabs it with that Oak Bolt. Now a 10-3 hero kill lead in favor of Domain of Pain.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of control, but we still got to remember they have this Kronos up here who actually went with the Alchemist Bones. It's getting very good farm.
Yeah, he is.
Actually, the only one getting farm.
Yeah, it's true. If I look at the gold per minute graph here, 377 gold per minute. He is higher than any of his 3 teammates combined. Bottom lane, Plague Rider in some trouble again as Jeppins is giving chase. A couple more auto attacks. And Plague Rider activates the health potion, continuing to juke around. Jeppins won't give up, though. No help coming for either player. The Aurora comes out in a Comet. One more auto attack, and Zip Scorpion falls for the 6th time. 0-6-0, down to 75 GPM. You said he was hating life. I think it's gone past that. He's ready to rage quit at this point. You've got to be on tilt after that.
I would have left by now. This was a pub, and I was Plague Rider.
Of course, this is best of one's single elimination format, guys. So if UniBear does drop the game, then they will be forced to wait for Qualifier 2 starting in the first week of January. So, of course, they do want to play this one out. See if they can make anything happen as they might land something onto Andromeda. The Plague Ultimate going to be coming out, and Jeppins takes a fall. A great setup by T-Jabs.
That's Zip Scorpion, my boy right there, making plays.
There you go. He gains payback. He gets the 400 gold bounty for breaking that legendary streak. Not bad.
He's gonna get boots. Yes.
Boots, #1 item.
He's owning right now.
Yeah. The old 9-minute boots strategy.
Oh, I've been in games where I don't get boots till 20 minutes.
Oh,
but
top
actually,
lane. Aluna gonna be in some trouble. A nice chrono field going out to catch 2 players. Boo Boo's trying to get onto Aluna. She activates the teleporting scroll. Will she be able to go? No. The last hit comes in from Emperor on that Ophelia, and he takes that one home. He's now at 2-0-6. A great amount of roaming coming out of Emperor, maintaining his GPM and a lot of kill involvement. Now might be looking to push the top lane.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job setting up these ganks for his team. Kronos needs to get out of this lane, though. He's not going to be able to do anything up top. Needs to keep his farm up. Maybe go towards bottom.
Engineer's in some trouble down here. The Rotten Grass was already used. The Oak Bolt comes out now. And the Willowmaker. One more auto attack. Jeppins comes in for the KS. And down goes TJ Avs. Oh.
Kill secured. Kill secured.
Kill secured. There you go. Where's the spam macro for that when you need it? Top tower does go down in favor of the Domain of Pain crew, extending their gold lead up to 6,300. Experience lead at roughly 3,000 as well, as they're looking pretty nice here at 10 minutes into the game.
This Torture has nothing middle. Kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
it was better.
Torture Engineer, right? Oh, bottom lane, more action. Jeppins diving deep onto Plague Rider with that Quick Blade, hitting for 145, and even more with the negative armor of Aurora. But takes down Plague Rider again. But that middle lane, it was Engineer, Torture. Yeah, you would have expected him to maybe do a little bit better.
Yeah, I think they're just more focused on killing rather than farming. They still have decent levels and experience, so it's not too bad.
Oh, Andromeda, nice juke there. The sidestep prince, whatever you want to call him over there, Jeppins, because B-Kid's the sidestep king. He made it very clear that he wanted to be known as the sidestep king. So managed to include that in the press release this morning that was actually released by Sivo, by Sound Blaster, announcing Complexity HoN as the first team invited to this tournament.
Yep. And looks like Andro picked up a Firebrand, so he's going more of the the right click auto attack carry Andro rather than the team fight Andro.
Yeah, and he will have a lot of damage potential as the Willowmaker comes out in the middle lane talking about damage potential. Emperor actually got the last hit with his 3 Minotaur army. Kronos comes in. The Keg. Minotaur should be in position to maybe do something about that, though. Angry Testy's there, and he is angry. Boo Boo's leading the charge. Oak Bolt goes out onto Engineer. The Comet stun coming in from Andromeda. A couple of stuns from the Minotaurs, and down he goes. The swap onto Luna, and she's going to fall as well. The target is now Kronos. Will they be able to make something happen? Comet stun goes out. Will he have enough rewinds? Minotaur stuns coming in, and down goes Kronos. 4 hero kills secured there in the middle lane, and they're going to take a tower to complement that.
I think they're going to take another tower as well. Andro plus Ophelia at Wild Soul. Just way too much push. The Dimensional Link from Andromeda maxed out. They do so much damage.
Yeah, that's something nice about having that high-level Andromeda is all of her skills, of course, are very, very nice to have with your team. 1 point in Comet right now as Boo Boo takes a keg and does fall. Do you agree with that 1 point in Comet build?
I don't know. I kind of like the max stun against all the squishy players on Legion, but then again, this game looks pretty grim for Legion, and I think Hellborn knew that they had a huge advantage coming into this game, so he just went with this build, and it's obviously working out.
I don't know if you could say it's working out. I mean, he's only 9-1-4, 510 gold per minute. Like, if it was really working out, he'd be 800 GPM by now.
For sure. He should have gone Akbones.
He should have. Double Akbones even. Man, do you remember when that stack? That was ridiculous. Teamfight possibly happening in the bottom lane. Aurora comes out as Engineer takes the Comet Stun. He's going to be the first to fall. Jeppins gets the kill on that. Chronofield coming out, catching only Andromeda. Power throw in there as well. She's trying to get away. Firebrand giving her enough speed. She's going to turn around. The defensive master's call, but no, she is teleported out, utilizing that Ophelia's Judgment. Torture just barely missing the chain stun there. Chain reaction stun. Charge shot comes onto a Luna as Deadwood's going to join the party. He's got a portal key. The Willowmaker applied onto Torture. In comes the Plague ultimate, though, bouncing around between a couple of players. Maybe a good enough spread, but no, the Vagabond leader actually bounces it back to Deadwood, and he will fall. Heimer takes his second death. Kronos going to be going down as Jeppins completely destroys him. And that looks like it's going to be the end of it. Plague Rider also killed in the middle of that. As no, it's not over just yet. One more auto attack and Engineer will fall. The keg connects, but a hat trick coming out for Jeppins Andromeda. Now this is what I'm talking about. Maybe it's working out a little bit better now that he's been involved in 17 kills in 14 minutes.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well, I'd say.
No. Pretty well. Pretty well? Yeah, he's doing pretty well. They're going to turn their attention toward the bottom lane. Now, he did pick up the Firebrand. Is he going to go Frostburn or Geometer's Bane? Well, never mind.
He just got busted over. So I'm going to go with Geometer's Bane, Beef.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
my bet. No, you can take Frostburn. I'll go with Geometer's.
I'm actually going to go with the Dawnbringer. That's my choice.
Not available in tournament mode yet, so bad bet.
When that does finally get released, do you think the Dawnbringer, the Grimoire power, going to see a lot of use?
Think Grimoire for sure. Dawnbringer, maybe way late game when carries have nothing else to buy, or on Shadowblade.
On Shadowblade, wait. For it to get seen in competitive play on Shadowblade, that means Shadowblade would actually have to be played. You think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I don't want to give it. I'm saving it for DreamHack Summer. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Special strategies coming out. All special tactics. Don't want to take away your strats. Bottom tower possibly in some trouble as 4 players from the Hellborn team do group up to push this one down. Angry Testy's just been farming forever, by the way. Boo Boo's going to town. He's got the Sword of the High already. And actually, Chronofield coming in, catching 2 players. Fitsky in some trouble as he's going to be the focus right now. The turret coming in to Plegu as well. Andromeda going to be in trouble. She's trapped inside of the energy field. Swaps herself out, though, and might be able to escape. Deadwood maybe in some trouble. The time leap and a couple auto attacks will take him down. He will fall. Jeppin's manning up, but a chain reaction stun puts an end to that. Angry Testy is here, though. Boo Boo hitting hard with that Sword of the High. And he's going to try to give chase, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish anybody off. No boots on the bear at this point.
Just trying to get that mock up ASAP.
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the team fight. So, of course, going in favor of Domain of Pain a little bit once again. They were able to clean up 3 heroes, but they did lose both Andromeda and their Deadwood.
That was definitely a win for Legion there. They only lost the Plague Rider, and they got Deadwood and Andromeda, who is,
really?
As you said, huge. So.
All right, you're actually correct there. Wow. So yeah, a nice job from Legion. Possibly a little bit of overextension from Domain of Pain, of course.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but that happens in games like this.
Yeah, they're both having fun with it at this point. Zalba, they're happy to be here, happy to be competing. I talked with their captain right before the game, and he's happy to be here and compete. Knows that they're most likely going to be get killed by Domain of Pain, but DoP, they're happy to make a game of it and have a little bit of fun. Not just going to make it a racing game, but going to make it enjoyable to watch as well. So thanks to them, as they're going to turn their attention toward Congoer now.
I expect Andromeda to take the token, probably. Oh, they're rolling for it, maybe. Oh, Fitske got it. He got 100.
100. So he will
but
walk
Jeppins
in.
took it anyways.
Oh, Jeppins. Bad-mannered. He does go in there and jack that as he has finished up that Geometer's Bane. Uses the Aurora, and he's going to try to get a swap. Not quite able to. And the rest of the Legion team hauling out of there. The Oak Bolt goes in, and that's a dead Plague Rider. Oh, Zip Scorpion gets off a big Plegu, though. And Cheese Helmet's going to be in some trouble. Finish off the Deadwood. Oh, both of them do end up going down. No! So who got teleported to town? Nobody. What?
Nobody. He revived with the token.
I'm so confused right now. Andromeda's in some trouble, though. His energy field does come out. He's going to take down Kronos before falling himself. Energy field will be cleaned up. No, what?
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Testy's all in right now.
Yeah, he is. I got a bug on my screen where Kronos just stood up again. But Testy's in some trouble. A couple more on. Oh, no, the Red Master's Call. The defensive shield is now being applied, and it looks like he might be able to get out of there. Working on just red boots, though. Will he be able to get the jukes? The chain reaction misses. Changes forms, gains an additional a little bit of movement speed. And it looks like Wild Soul is going to be able to get out of there. Torture not able to give chase.
Gains a lot of movement speed.
How much movement speed is that when he comes out of that form?
Well, your base move speed gets lowered down to 285, then you put boots on that, so plus 50, so like 335. Then he goes up to 438 in normal form.
Wait, you don't get boots when you're in bear form?
No, you do. But your base move speed goes down to
so it's a 30 movement speed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his base move speed is in
315.
It's 350. Yeah, 315.
So 30. Yeah.
Form.
Yeah, 30 movement speed, though. That's pretty big. Ophelia may be in some trouble. The keg from Engineer does miss the time leap coming out, though, and Emperor might be in a little bit of trouble. Where is the time lock? Engineer is there in time, applies the Energizer and the Red Master's Call to ensure his captain's safety as Bryce gets out of there.
His creeps are going to die, though. He's going to have to go get new ones.
That's always a bad feeling is Ophelia. That's kind of a weird sentence. Mock
Yeah,
Bear
really,
in the
really
jungle. Chasing down this Kronos, hoping to do a little bit of damage. But yeah, it always sucks when you lose all your minions as Ophelia. Especially when you had the right combination, then you get back and you have like two
he had
wolf
like
commanders.
Ultra Lords and Vagabonds, so he's probably not too displeased.
Not as bad as if you're losing your Skeleton Kings and your Minotaurs that you've had the entire game. They become like your best friends, and each death is a shot to the heart.
Yeah.
The last outer remaining towers are in the top and bottom lanes here for UniBear. And right now their top tower might not stand too much longer. Aurora goes out doing a little bit of scouting information. Jeppin's not level 16. Actually, Kronos going to charge in, catches 2 inside of the Chrono Field. They're going to turn their attention toward Wild Soul. The defensive Master's Call being applied. Doesn't want to walk out of the energy field for fear of the Purge coming out, but it looks like the Hellborn team dealt with that initiation just fine. They're going to try to get some damage done to Luna. The keg's done missing, and the swamp comes in. Engineer's going to take the fall. Comet's done a couple auto attacks, and down he goes. And with just auto attacks left, the defensive tower's in some trouble now as well.
I actually really like the lineup now that I think about it from Hellborn. They have the massive push with Andromeda, Ophelia, Wild Soul, and then they have the minus armor from Master of Arms, Deadwood, and Andromeda. So it's actually a surprising amount of synergy.
Watching the chat right there. Yeah, it seems like whoever gets swapped is going to die. I'd love to see a Staff of the Masters come out and improve that one. Plague going out as Kronos goes in, bouncing between Wild Soul and Andromeda. Jeppin stuck behind enemy lines as a Rotten Grasp comes in. Andromeda manning up, though, sending in some auto attacks as she runs by. The defensive Master's Call has been applied. The turret's going to be out. Ophelia's in some trouble now as Kronos goes in. Last hit onto him. Plague Rider going to fall, though, and Luna in some trouble. She's going to be able to get away at just 5 HP. Torture going to be going down as well as Kronos. They will all take the fall, and Luna is the only one to get out of there. Will she make it back to the well? It looks like nobody on the Hellborn team is in position to give chase as Ophelia and Deadwood did take the fall in that fight as well. And the rest of the players very, very low on life.
Torture bought out to make sure they don't lose racks. Keep the game going a little bit longer. Keep fighting.
Yeah, but like you were saying, the Domain of Pain lineup, it's actually very cool. Do you think that in a true competitive game between two top 10 teams that we'll ever see an Andromeda carry?
Not in the way he's building at the moment with the geometers and the max aura, but I don't know. It's definitely doable. I mean, if you have Ophelia and the other team doesn't have Glacius, and you're able to go to the enemy's jungle and be aggressive with the double stun from MOA and Andro, you could definitely make it work. But the reason this Andromeda is so successful is because of the short lane Plague Rider who can't do anything when he gets dived.
Yeah. You're not often going to find a lane that easy for your long lane Andromeda, that's for sure. Vengeful Spirit was played as a carry occasionally in Dota, wasn't she?
It was played a bit, but it was more of a team fight. It wasn't like a hard carry kind of thing.
All right. Well, we'll see if that ever does happen as both teams got the team fight out of them. The current lead is 21,000 gold, 16,000 experience in favor of the Hellborn team as they're up 31-12 in terms of hero kills. And up, 7 towers? 6 towers right now, as none of the towers have been pushed for the Legion team. In fact, the only one even below about 90% life is that top defensive tower, which is just out of deny range.
Oh no, Sip Scorpion. Please be careful.
He does need to be careful. Master of Arms has a portal key as well, so he could really get in there. What's up with that? Fitski just having fun, or is there actual purpose toward that portal key?
I don't know. Portal key plus stun is always a good combination.
As he is going to go in there, he pushes the Torture onto the other side. Unfortunately, the Willowmaker not going to come out. A nice... Well, not really a nice Kronos ultimate, but there's some more action coming in. The Plague bouncing around between a couple of players. Angry Testy in some trouble on Wild Soul. The defensive Master's Call is applied. Down goes Torture in the backfield. Kronos trying to get something done, but Jeppins is doing too much work. Kronos going to go down. Ophelia comes in for the assist, and 4 players down now for the Legion team with everybody up. No, actually, Wild Soul did die at the end of that. So it looks like they're going to be pushing into these racks, though. Defensive tower is all that stands in their way from some super creeps in that lane. How'd you like that portal key initiation from Master of Arms?
It was a really, really good idea. They didn't execute it perfectly, but it was pretty fun to watch.
If they had executed that perfectly and the punch had come out immediately as well as like a comet stun, I think I would have lost it. Like that would have been very, very cool to watch.
Yeah, it was a really cool idea. Okay, now he's just shooting people for fun.
Engineer gets 3-shot by Andromeda there, who has picked up an Assassin's Shroud. A lot of damage coming out onto Emperor. The Astrolabe is activated as well as the Plated Greaves trying to get out of there. Comet Stun comes back onto Plague Riders. A few more auto attacks are all that's needed. The Red Power Stun comes out though, and Andromeda will have to activate that Geometer's Bane to try to get out of there. The Time Warp from Kronos comes in, the Time Leap that is, and tries to get over there. Ophelia's Judgment being used, and down goes Andromeda. Jeppins with the attempted swap to mess up Master of Arms.
Is she cheese helmet right now?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Oh no, Deadwood. Oh, he's deep. Sorry, I was looking at Master of Arms.
Behind enemy lines at the moment.
I think he's going for commando tactics on that winged courier.
Is that what's happening here?
I don't know. What is he doing? He's
I
back
think he
there.
wanted to kill my good friend Zip Scorpion.
Poor Zip Scorpion. 13 deaths in this game. Zip Scorpion. Oh man, he needs.
Trying.
He
He's
needs.
getting targeted.
He needs a cold beer after this game. Like.
No team.
Yeah, I imagine that's what their voice chat sounds like. Just team, team, as the sounds of the dying Plague Rider are uttered, muffled through his non-Sound Blaster headset. If it was Sound Blaster, it'd be clear. Just like Master of Arms is actually in some trouble here. The Keg Stun, unfortunately, does miss, as well as the turret. Kronos going to be in some trouble. Catches all 3 Andromeda illusions, and Andromeda might be in a little bit of trouble as in comes the Engineer. The energy field being applied. Andromeda gets hit with a Keg Stun, but not before she gets the kill onto Zalba. Kronos is going to fall. Master of Arms, Fitzky in a little bit of trouble. The swap comes back onto Engineer as he's going to be going down. The Comet Stun comes out, and the auto attacks to finish him off. And Master of Arms, oh man, that power throw was very close to finishing off Fitzky. The vote to concede being put up by the Legion team, as it looks like they might have had enough.
Honestly, even though it was really one-sided, it was actually pretty entertaining.
It was entertaining. 51 kills in 27 minutes. There's nothing wrong with that. And Domain of Pain, though, they will be advancing from round 2 here of the Sound Blaster Heroes League Qualifier number 1. They're going to be going on to play in round 3. That'll, of course, be tomorrow. Guys, we're going to go ahead and try to find another round 2 matchup here very soon. They, of course, round 2 is scheduled for about 35 minutes from now. This game was played a little bit earlier. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut to a very quick break here. Let's go ahead and get this overlay changed up, as you can see. Well, guys, let's go ahead and get that updated real quick. Domain of Pain takes this one 1-0. Of course, a best of 1, so it couldn't be a 1, anything but a 1-0. But as I had mentioned a little bit earlier, guys, we do have a giveaway to do today. It's going to be a Sound Blaster Rage headset. Let me actually pull that up so we can get a picture of that bad boy. Where is that? I had it. Get that pulled up there.
It's the one we were using a DreamHack, but instead of the wire, it's wireless. And wireless headsets from Sound Blaster are awesome. It's the one I use. It's not the exact one I use, but I use a wireless one from Sound Blaster, and I love it.
Yeah, let's. Here's the picture of this bad boy. We're gonna be giving this one away a little bit later on today, so do make sure to head over to Sound Blaster on Facebook. That's facebook.com/soundblaster, and like them, because the only way that you're going to be eligible to win this is to, 1, answer a question, be the first to answer a question at the end of this cast in the chat, and 2, you have to have liked Sound Blaster. So even if you answer it first, you get it correct, you have to have liked Sound Blaster over there on Facebook. So let's get that brought back up again. Go check them out over at facebook.com/soundblaster. Give them a like, give them a comment, let them know that you appreciate their involvement here in the Heroes of Newerth scene. And guys, we'll be back after a short break with more Sound Blaster Heroes League action. I've been your casting host, Beef, and joining me is Franzzii, aka Peter of the HoN team. Peter, any shout-outs before we go to break?
Nope, no shout out. I guess shout out to Sound Blaster again for the Heroes of Newerth League. Really excited.
Yeah. Guys, this has been coLcast. I have to give a huge shout out to Complexity Gaming over at complexitygaming.com for allowing me to provide coverage of the Sound Blaster event. You can check them out at complexitygaming.com, on Facebook at Complexity Gaming, and on Twitter at Complexity Live. Of course, easy links are available below down here at twitch.tv Complexity HoN. So check that out, where you can read all about myself casting for coLcast, the organization, and of course the Complexity HoN team. Links to all of our social media, all that stuff is down below, so check that out. We're going to go to a quick break, guys. I'll let you know when we have our next match. Don't go anywhere. It's Complexity Casting.